I know that this is happening and Plastic Beach have already been on many best of the year lists, and I may come across to some that I'm omitting them simply to be different, just for the sake of it. This is not the case. I tried to listen to these records at least 4 times each and could never get into them. They are both far too dull and far too long to have made any impact on me. The only song I liked on either of them was
super fast, I couldn't last. But just in time for breakfast. Keep it true, forever blue. The night throws actors, aluminum, a crucial fun, aluminum. The seas radioactive.
While I'm being negative, I want to talk about another album I did not care for this year. 2 years on, from Only by the Night came this album, which is the musical equivalent of a pair of beige socks. There is more I want to say about Come Around Sundown, but it's highly defamatory, so I'll just move on. Before I talk about the albums I liked this year, the albums I have picked are not in order of preference, bar the last album in this video, which is my pick for the album of the Vampire Weekend's second album was released in January. When I listened to it in the depths of winter, I couldn't help but fantasize about being in a warm country sitting on the beach. Until I remembered that I hated the sand, so I changed the fancy to me sitting on the edge of a pool, dangling my feet into the water. Is it because I'm Irish that in this fancy I'm also sipping on a drink that has enough booze in it to bring down a small ox? I don't know, but what I do know is that this album is a lot of fun and a great follow-up to the self-titled debut. Recovery is Eminem's most consistent album since 2001's The Eminem Show, and contains so many brilliant observations.
Now you get to watch her leave out the window, guess that's why they call it window pane.
That is one of the worst lines ever uttered in a song. With that painfully bad lyric aside, the rest of the album is truly brilliant and serves as a reminder that when Eminem is at his best, there are very few rappers that can touch his lyrical skills. This album can be dark, and it can be depressing at times, but it's ultimately an uplifting listen. The message this album gets across is to never give up, and I agree, you should never give up on life. You should live it to its fullest. Unless a doctor tells you you've got cancer. If you ever get that news, take my advice and throw yourself off a bridge. That last piece was adapted from my motivational seminar. That's what I do for the living, by the way. I'm a motivational speaker, and yet for some reason, bookings for my seminars have been really down lately. This is a fucking great album, and I really think that it's a massive step up from Neon Bible, which wouldn't be hard because Neon Bible sucked. It sucked donkey balls, that's what it sucked.
I love the police all along. When I think about it, I just wanna hug them.
On album number 4, Republic Loose throw in a psychedelic flavour in with their traditional sleazy funk soul to create a devilishly delicious delight. They really deserve to have been big outside of Ireland, but they have not done so yet, which is a shame. On album number 4, Republic Loose throw in a psychedelic flavour. On album number 4, Republic Loose throw in a psychedelic flavour in with the traditional sleaze soul funk to create a devilishly delicious delight. They really deserve to have been massive outside of Ireland, but they are not, which really is a
This is the remix. Come on now.
This is a fun mashup album. It takes so many songs that you wouldn't think would mesh well together, and somehow they do. One such moment is the mashing up of the vocals of Bad Romance over the beat of Window Licker. Yes, it really does work. You're gonna have to hear it to believe it. This is a great party record that is sure to get any party started. This is the last album I'm gonna talk about, making this my favourite album of 2010, and that album is... The fact that Kanye West has an ego the size of the current Irish national debt doesn't bother me, because isn't having a massive ego when you're a rapper part of the job description? But you see, unlike the rest of the overinflated egos in rap, Kanye West backs it up, and not only this time does he back it up, he backs it up by making a genre-defining album. I really think this album is that good. There are so many different styles, moods, themes, amazing uses of samples. And I mean, anytime somebody makes an album that defines a genre, it really deserves to be that album's best. The fact that Kanye West has an ego the size of the current Irish national debt doesn't bother me. Isn't having a rap... No. The fact that Kanye West has an ego the size of the current Irish national debt doesn't bother me. Isn't having a massive ego when you're a rapper not part of the job description? But you see, unlike the rest of the overinflated egos in rap, Kanye West can back it up. Not only this time does he back it up, he has made an album that has defined the genre of hip-hop. I really think this album is that good. The amount of different styles, themes, moods, everything that's going on in this album, his uses of samples in this are phenomenal. So that is what I think is the cream of the musical crop in 2010. Please comment on my choices, please sub to my channel and click that like thumb thingy. I do hope you enjoyed this, and until my next review, goodbye.
Scream, you a wild bitch. Tell me what I gotta do to be that guy. Said her price go down, she ever fuck a black guy, or do anal, or do a gangbang. It's kinda crazy, that's all considered the same thing. Well, I guess a lot of niggas do gangbang, and if we run trains, we all in the same gang. Runaway slaves all on a chain gang. Bang, 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 bang. Have you lost your mind? Tell me when you think we crossed the line.